And welcome back to our special election coverage here at CBNNews.com. I'm Mark Martin. Reaction to some of the wins already tonight is starting to come in. Paul Strand joins us now in our Washington bureau. We understand, Paul, you've been talking to one group that's particularly ecstatic about Mitch McConnell likely becoming the #1 senator soon.
I have, Mark. And, you know, there's a lot of conservatives who worry about Mitch McConnell. They think he's going to be a mushy, moderate Mitch when he takes over in the Senate, and that basically he will not push a conservative agenda and a Reagan-like agenda. Instead, he'll Romneyize the Senate, and that'll mean that voters come 2016 will wish to spew the lukewarm GOP out of their mouths. But I was just speaking with the communications director at the Susan B. Anthony List. That's a big pro-life group here in Washington, and they're very excited about Mitch because they say that he is ardently pro-life. He has a 100% pro-life voting record, and that he has promised that one of the first things he's going to do is bring up the pain-capable Unborn Child Protection Act. That basically says that when the fetus can feel pain, that it can no longer be aborted. So that would end abortions after about 5 months. So they're very excited about that.
Paul, you've been following one of the key Senate races for us in North Carolina. What's the latest there?
Yes, all night it had been Hagan had been ahead, and which defied the polls because at the last second, in the last poll, she was only 0.7% ahead. Well, we understand that Tom Tillis, the Republican, has just pulled ahead. It's just a tiny fraction, about 2% ahead. But that's the first time tonight that we've heard that the Republican has been ahead in North Carolina. That's been a big state because folks have said that if Kay Hagan manages to hang on there, then Democrats across the country can have some hope that they're not going to lose the Senate. But if she loses, they can pretty much write off the rest of the evening.
Wow. Paul Strand from our Washington bureau. Thanks, Paul.
You're welcome.
In 2012, the millennial vote helped put President Obama in office. They're a powerful and coveted voting bloc. But did they show up for today's midterms? Caitlin Burke joins us now to talk about the millennial vote. Welcome.
Thank you. That's right, Mark. Historically, young people are not enthusiastic about midterms. In the 2008 midterms, only 24% of voters under 30 showed up to the voting booth. That's compared to 51% that voted in the 2008 presidential election. As of now, it looks like millennials as a whole did stay home. According to an official NBC exit poll, only 12% of voters today are under 30 years old. Those are the official statistics so far. Unofficially, I have quite a large pool of the millennial generation on my own social media. And not only did they vote, but they're taking it seriously. You can see some of their reasons for voting on your screen right now, but let me just read you a few. Brian said, "I voted because it's my opportunity to voice my opinion on how we should conduct ourselves as a nation." Dean said, "I voted because I see it as a privilege to live in a democracy and we have a say in our leadership." And Kim said, "I'm voting because I'm just now realizing how many small things on levels of government affect my life." Mark, I have to brag a little bit on my youngest, or one of my little brothers. He is representing the youngest of the millennial generation. He's 18, he's in college, and he's taking the midterms seriously. He voted absentee, and according to my hometown registrar, he's the first college student in the county to ever get their absentee ballot in. He wrote in when I asked why people voted and said, "I'm 18 and I voted for the first time to take the Senate from the Democrats and start undoing the damage Obama has done."
Wow, that's impressive. 18 and already doing that. The stat was he was the first millennial or first college student to vote absentee.
In my hometown, in that county, he's the first student to send in his absentee ballot. So
wow.
I'm very proud of him. Now, the millennial generation as a whole isn't apathetic, but so far they've been turned off by what they see of politics. So elected officials are going to need to find a way to reach them before 2016.
All right, Caitlin Burke, thanks so much for that update. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll stay with CBN News all night for updates right here on our news channel, and we'll be live at 15 minutes after the hour, also at 15 minutes before, or you can watch on demand anytime. Plus, follow us on Facebook or Twitter at #CBNElection2014. Go to our special election page for our Reporters Live Twitter feed. We'll be back at 10:15 with the latest on some of the races. In the meantime, stay with us online for continuous updates.